The first time I steered a plane, I was too small to reach the pedals. My friend Ethan's dad, Mickey Dalton, had been begging me to join him in his Stearman model aircraft. "Please, just come and ride in the airplane," he said. I was already passionate about aviation, but the thought of going up in the air with Mr. Dalton, who had his own airstrip, frightened me. To begin with, the Stearman, a 220-horsepower biplane built in the 1930s and 1940s, has an open cockpit, and you're fastened to the machine with nothing but a lap belt. But worse than that, I had watched Mickey fly. "Mr. Dalton," I said, "I don't want to ride with you. I'm scared because I've seen you go upside down with that plane." "Ricky, I wouldn't take you upside down," he said. "I wouldn't do that to you." After 6 months of back and forth, I caved. This being a trainer plane, I was in the front seat. Mickey, who was a flight instructor, sat in the back. Stearman planes, also known as Yellow Peril, were the leading trainers during World War II and have since then been popular as crop dusters, sport planes, and acrobatic performers. We had only just cleared the runway when Mickey had his machine upside down, with me hanging from my lap belt. Arms dangling, I scrutinized the 32-foot upper wing between me and the ground, wondering if it was going to support me when I fell out of the contraption. After what seemed like twice my lifetime, Mickey finally turned the plane upright. Still wide-eyed from the adrenaline jolt, I was scanning the cow pastures and the lake down below when he banged on the glass between us to catch my attention and pulled his hands up in the air, motioning for me to take control of the plane. Clueless about flying, I turned away, but Mickey insisted. When I ignored him again, he pushed the plane so far toward the lake that I felt sure we would hit its shiny surface. Then, I noticed the forward position of the control stick. I pulled it back. The plane came up. Next thing, I was flying Mickey's Stearman around, or at least steering it, while Mickey operated the pedals. Mickey putting me in charge of his aircraft was one of the best things that ever happened to me. It showed me that my limitations don't have to define me. For as long as I can remember, I have lived with anxiety. At times, it gets so bad that I wake up in the morning shaking. I've always been fearful of heights and lack a good sense of orientation, all of which makes me an unlikely candidate to fly a plane. But years later, in my 30s, I attended flight school. Being a slow learner because of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, I needed 102 hours of instruction, more than 2.5 times the required minimum of 40, before I was even allowed to schedule my first test. Eventually, however, I earned a pilot's license.